First Chronicles chapter 11. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David unto Hebron, saying, Behold, we are thy bone, and thy flesh. And moreover, in time past, even when Saul was king, thou wast he that readest out and longest in Israel. And the Lord thy God said unto thee, Thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be ruler over my people Israel. Therefore came all the elders of Israel to the king of Hebron, and David made a covenant with them in Hebron before the Lord. And they anointed David king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord by Samuel. And David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, which is Jebus, where the Jebusites were the inhabitants of the land. And the inhabitants of Jebus were said to David, Thou shalt not come hither. Nevertheless, David took the castle of Zion, which is the city of David. And David said, Whosoever smiteth the Jebusites first shall be chief and captain. So Joab the son of Zeruiah went first up and was chief. And David dwelt in the castle there, for they called it the city of David. And he built the city round about, even from Miro round about, and Joab repaired the rest of the city. So David waxed greater and greater, for the Lord of hosts was with him. These also are the chief of the mighty men whom David had strengthened themselves with him in his kingdom, and with all Israel, to make him king according to the word of the Lord concerning Israel. And this is the number of the mighty men who David had: Joshabeam and Hachomite, the chief of the captains. He lifted up his spear against 300 slain by him at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahohite, who was one of the three mighties. He was with David at Pasdamim. And there the Philistines were gathered together to battle, where was a parcel of ground full of barley. And the people fled from before the Philistines, and they set themselves in the midst of that parcel, and delivered it, and slew the Philistines, and the Lord saved them by a great deliverance. Now 3 of the 30 captains went down to the rock to David, and to the cave of Adullam, and the host of the Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. And David was then in the hold, and the Philistines' garrison was then at Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, that is at the Garden. And the 3 brake through the host of the Philistines, and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. But David would not drink of it, but pulled it out to the Lord, and said, My God, forbid it me, that I should do these things. Shall I drink the blood of these men that have put their lives in jeopardy? For with the jeopardy of their lives they brought it thereof, he would not drink it. These things did these 3 mightiest. And Abishai the brother of Joab, he was chief of the 3, for lifting up his spear against 300 he slew them, and had a name among the 3. Of the 3 he was more honorable than the 2, for he was their captain Howbeit he attained not to the first three. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of valiant man of Gabziel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. Also he went down and slew a lion in a pit in a snowy day, and he slew an Egyptian, a man of great stature, 5 cubits high, and in the Egyptian's hand was a spear like a weaver's beam. And he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and had the name among the 3 mighties. Behold, he was honorable among the 30, but attained not to the first 3, and David set him over his guard. Also the valiant men of the armies were Asahel the brother of Joab, Elhanan the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shamoth the Harorite, Helez the Peronite, Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekoite, Abiezer the Antothite, Sebakai the Hushathite, Eli the Ahohite, Maharai the Netophathite, Hered the son of Baanahi the Netophathite, Ithai the son of Ribai of Geber, that pertained to the children of Benjamin, Benaiah the Pirathonite, Hurai of the brooks of Gash, Abiel the Albathite, Asmaveth the Bahuramite, Eliabar the Shalbonite, the sons of Hashem the Gezonite, Jonathan the son of Shage the Hararite, Ahiam the son of Sakal the Hararite, Elphal the son of Ul, Hephel the Mecherithite, Ahijah the Peronite, Hezro the Calmerite, Naarai the son of Isbai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhal the son of Hagel, Zelak the Ammonite, Naharai the Berothite, the armor-bearer of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, Zabad the son of Ahilai, Adna the son of Shiza the Reubenite, a captain of the Reubenite, and 30 with him, Hanan the son of Makai, and Joshaphat the Mithnite, Uzziah the Ashtelathite, Shammah and Jehiel the sons of Othan the Aroelite, Jediael the son of Shimri, and Joha his brother the Tezite, Eliel the Havite, and Jeribai, and Jeshoviah the sons of Elnaam, and Ithmahi the Moabite, Eliel and Obed and Jeziel the Mesobite. 1 Chronicles chapter 12. Now these are they that came to David to Ziklag, while he yet kept himself close because of Saul the son of Kish, and they were among the mighty men, helpers of the war. They were armed with bows, and could use both the right hand and the left in hurling stones and shooting arrows out of a bow, even as Saul's brethren of Benjamin. The chief was Ahiezel, then Joash the sons of Shema the Gibeathite, and Jeziel and Peret the sons of Azmaveth, and Belakah, and Jehu the Antothite, and Ismael the Gibeonite, a mighty man among the 30, and over the 30, and Jeremiah, and Jahaziel, and Johanan, and Josabad the Gederithite, Ulizai and Jerimoth and Bealier and Shemarir and Shephatir the Huruphite, Elkanah and Jezir and Azaliel and Joezel and Jashobeam the Kolhites and Joelahi and Benai Zebadir the sons of Jeroham of Gedol, and of the Gadites that are separated themselves unto David into the herd to the wilderness, men of might and men of war fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and were of swift as the roes upon the mountains. Ezel the first, Obadiah the second, Eliab the third, Mishmana the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Attai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremiah the tenth, Macbanai the 11th. These were of the sons of Gadi, captains of the host. One of the least was over 100, and the greatest over 1,000. These are they that went over Jordan in the first month, when it had overflown all his banks, and they put to flight all them of the valleys, both toward the east and toward the west. And there came of the children of Benjamin and Judah to hold unto David. And David went out to meet them, and answered and said unto them, If we become peaceable unto me to hurt mine hurt shall be knit unto you. But if we become to betray me to mine enemies, seeing there is no wrong in mine hands, the God of our fathers look thereon and rebuke it. And then the Spirit came upon Amasai, who was chief of the captains, and he said, Thine are we, David, and on thy side, thou son of Jesse. Peace be unto thee, and peace be to thine helpers. For thy God helpeth thee. Then David received them and made them captains of the band. And there fell some of Manasseh to David when he came with the Philistines against Saul to battle. But they helped them not, for the Lord of the Philistines upon advisement sent him away, saying, He will fall to his master Saul, to the jeopardy of our heads. As he went to Ziklag, there fell to him of Manasseh Adnah and Jozabad and Jediael and Michael and Jozabad and Elihu and Zilthai, captains of the thousands that were of Manasseh. And they helped David against the band of the rovers, for they were all mighty men of valor, and were captains in the host. For at that time, day by day, there came to David to help him, until it was a great host like the host of God. And these are the numbers of the bands that were ready, armed to the war, and came to David to Hebron to turn the kingdom of Saul to him, according to the word of the Lord. The children of Judah that bare shield and spear were 6,800, ready armed to the war. Of the children of Simeon, mighty men of valor for the war, 7,100. Of the children of Levi, 4,600. And Jehoiada was the leader of the Aaronites, and with him were 3,700. And Zadok, a young man, might of valor, and of his father's house 20, and 2 captains. And of the children of Benjamin, the kindred of Saul, 3,000, for hitherto the greatest part of them had kept the word of the house of the Saul. And of the children of Ephraim, 20,800 mighty men of valor, farmers throughout the house of their fathers. And of the half tribe of Manasseh, 18,000 which were expressed by name to come and make David king. And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandments. And of Zabulon, such as went forth to battle, expert in war with all instruments of war, 50,000 which could keep rank. They were not of double heart. And of Naphtali 1,000 captains, and with them with the shield and spear 37,000. And of Danites, expert in war, 28,600, and of Asher, such as went forth to battle, expert in war, 40,000. And on the other side of Jordan, of the Reubenites and the Gadites, and of the half tribe of Manasseh, which all manner of instruments of war for the battle, 120,000. All these men of war that could keep rank came with a perfect heart to Hebron to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest also of Israel were of one heart to make David king. And they were with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Moreover, they heard were near them, even unto Issachar and Zabulon and Naphtali, brought bread on asses and on camels and on mules and on oxen, and meal, cakes of figs, and bunches of raisins, and wine and oil, and oxen and sheep abundantly, for there was joy in Israel. 1 Chronicles chapter 13. And David consulted with the captains of thousands and hundreds, and with every leader. And David said unto all the congregation of Israel, if it seem good unto you, and that it be of the Lord our God, let us send abroad unto all our brethren everywhere that are left in all the land of Israel, and with them also to the priests and Levites which are in their cities and suburbs, that they may gather themselves unto us. And let us bring again the ark of our God to us, for we inquired not at it in the days of Saul. And all the congregation said that they would do so. So the thing was right in the eyes of all the people. So David gathered all Israel together from Shihor of Egypt even unto the entering of Hamath, to bring the ark of God from Kirjath Jearim. And David went up and all Israel to Baal, that is to Kirjath Jearim, which belonged to Judah, to bring up thence the ark of God, that Lord that dwelleth between the cherubims, whose name is called on it. And they carried the ark of God in a new cart of the house of Abinadab the Uzzah, and Ahio drove the cart. And David and all Israel played before God with all their might, and with singing, and with harps, and with psalteries, and with timbrels, and with cymbals, and with trumpets. And when they came unto the threshing floor of Chidon, Uzzah put forth his hand to hold the ark, for the oxen stumbled, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah, and he smote him because he put his hand to the ark, and there he died before God. And David was displeased because the Lord had made a breach upon Uzzah, wherefore that place is called Peruzuzah to this day. And David was afraid of God that day, saying, how shall I bring the ark of God home to me? So David brought not the ark home to himself to the city of David, but carried it aside into the house of Obededom the Gittite. And the ark of God remained with the family of Obededom in his house 3 months. And the Lord blessed the house of Obededom and all that he heard. First Chronicles chapter 14. Now Hiram the king of Tyre sent messengers to David and timber of cedars with masons and carpenters to build him an house. And David perceived that the Lord had confirmed him king over Israel, for his kingdom was lifted up on high because of his people Israel. And David took more wives at Jerusalem, and David begat more sons and daughters. Now these are the names of his children which he had in Jerusalem: Shammua and Shobab, Nathan and Solomon, and Ibhal and Elishua and Elparat, and Nogahi and Nephreg and Japhia and Elishama and Beliada and Elipharet. And when the Philistines heard that David was anointed king over all Israel, all the Philistines went up to seek David, and David heard of it and went out against them. And the Philistines came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And David inquired of God, saying, Shall I go up against the Philistines? And wilt thou deliver them into mine hand? And the Lord said unto him, Go up, for I will deliver them into thine hand. So they came up to Baal Perazim, and David smote them there. Then David said, God hath broken in upon mine enemies, by mine hand, like the breaking forth of waters. Therefore they called the name of that place Baal Perazim. And when they had left their gods there, David gave a commandment, and they were burned with fire. And the Philistines yet again spread themselves abroad in the valley. Therefore David inquired again of God, and God said unto him, Go not up after them, turn away from them, and come upon them over against the mulberry trees. And it shall be, when thou shalt hear a sound of going in the tops of the mulberry tree, that then thou shalt go out to battle, for God is gone forth before thee to smite the host of the Philistines. David therefore did as God commanded him, and they smote the host of the Philistines from Gibeon even to Gazel. And the fame of David went out into all lands, and the Lord blowed the fear of him upon all nations. First Chronicles chapter 15. And David made him houses in the city of David, and prepared a place for the ark of God, and pitched for it a tent. Then David said, None ought to carry the ark of God but the Levites, for them had the Lord chosen to carry the ark the ark of God, and to minister unto him forever. And David gathered all Israel together to Jerusalem to bring up the ark of the Lord unto his place, which he had prepared for it. And David assembled the children of Aaron and the Levites of the sons of Kohath, Uziel the chief and his brethren, 120 of the sons of Merari, Asair the chief and his brethren, 220 of the sons of Gershom, Joel the chief and his brethren, 130 of the sons of Elzaphan, Shemair the chief and his brethren, 200 of the sons of Hebron, Eliel the chief and his brethren, 80 of the sons of Uziel, Aminadab the chief and his brethren, 112, And David called for Zadok and Abiathar the priests, and for the Levites, for Uliel, Asair, and Joel, Shemair, and Eliel, and Aminadab, and said unto them, Ye are the chief of the fathers of the Levites. Sanctify yourselves, both ye and your brethren, that ye may bring up the ark of the Lord God of Israel unto the place that I have prepared for it. For because ye did it not at the first, the Lord our God made a breach upon us, for that we sought him not after the due order. So the priests and the Levites sanctified themselves to bring up the ark of the Lord God of Israel. And the children of the Levites bear the ark of God upon their shoulders with the staves their own, as Moses commanded according to the word of the Lord. And David spake to the chief of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be the singers with the instruments of music, spalteries and harps and cymbals, sounding by lifting up the voice with joy. So the Levites appointed Heman the son of Joel, and of his brethren Asaph the son of Belechir, and of the sons of Merari their brethren Ethan the son of Cushair, and with them their brethren of the second degree, Zechariah, Ben and Jaziel, and Shemilamoth, and Jehiel, and Un, Eliab, and Benaiah, and Maaseiah, and Matithia, and Eliphelehi, and Mikneah, and Obededom, and Jeiel, and the porters, the porters. So the singers Heman, Asaph, and Ethan were appointed to sound with cymbals of brass, and Zechariah, and Aziel, and Shemilamoth, and Jehiel, and Un, and Eliab, and Maaseir, and Benaiah, with spalteries on Alamoth, and Matithia, and Eliphelehi, and Mikneah, and Obededom, and Jeiel, and Azazel, with harps on the Sheminith to excel. And Chenaniah, chief of the Levites, was for song. He instrumented about the song because he was skillful. And Belechir and Elkanah were doorkeepers for the ark. And Shebaniah, and Jehoshaphat, and Nathaniel, and Amasai, and Zechariah, and Benaiah, and Eleazar the priests did blow with the trumpets before the ark of God, and Obededom and Jehiel were doorkeepers for the ark. So David and the elders of Israel and the captains of thousands went to bring up the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of the house of Obededom with joy. And it came to pass, when God helped the Levites that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, that they offered 7 bullocks and 7 lambs. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, and all the Levites that bear the ark, and the singers, and Chenaniah, the master of the song, with the singers. David also had upon him an ephod of linen. Thus all Israel brought up the ark of the covenant of the Lord, with shouting, and with sound of the cornet, and with trumpets, and with cymbals, making a noise with spalteries and harps. And it came to pass, as the ark of the covenant of the Lord came to the city of David, that Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out of window, saw King David dancing and praying, and she despised him in her heart.